Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing great. We are going to get started on our roots today. Our first root is path, meaning, feeling, and emotion. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example here. I'm going to say empathy. And I'm going to go ahead and underline this root for you so you can see it much more clearly. Empathy means ability to understand sorry about that. Another's feelings. I'm going to go ahead and use empathy in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. She showed empathy towards her friend who was depressed. Moving on to our next root is ped, pedi, or pede, meaning foot or feet. I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example. First one is going to be pedal. And pedal means a lever pushed by the foot. And my second example is going to be pedestrian. One who walks. I'm going to go ahead and use pedestrian in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. The pedestrian almost got hit by a car. This is an important root, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and put a star here. And I'm going to go ahead and underline this, or put it in a box, just for you to know. Moving on to our next root. Is pel. And pel means to drive or to force. I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm going to go ahead and give you two examples. One of them is going to be expel. And expel means to drive someone out of place. My second example is going to be repel. And repel means to force back. I'm going to go ahead and use expel in a sentence. going to go ahead and read that to you. The student got expelled for fighting at school. Moving on to our next root is penta. Pent or penta meaning 5, as in number 5. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example. It's pentagon, and I'm going to go ahead and explain this to you. Penta meaning 5 and gon meaning angle, and when we combine these two together we get a shape having 5 angles. I'm going to go ahead and use pentagon in a sentence. I'm going to read that to you. A pentagon has 5 angles. Moving on to our next root is pept or peps, meaning digestion. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example here, and that is this pepsia, meaning abnormal digestion. I'm going to go ahead and use this in a sentence. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. The man is dyspeptic. Every night after dinner, his stomach hurts. Moving on to our next root is per. And per means through and throughout. And I'm going to go ahead and give an example. Permanent, meaning lasting, throughout all time. I'm going to go ahead and use permanent in a sentence. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. The man figured out that the tattoo was permanent after he gotten it done. Moving on to our next root is peri, and peri means around. In closing, I'm going to go ahead and give you an example here, and that is perimeter, meaning the outer boundary of a area. I'm going to go ahead and use perimeter in a sentence. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. The police secured the perimeter of what seemed to be a crime scene. Moving on to our next route, which is pag, meaning to eat. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example, and that is esophagus. I'm going to go ahead and underline the root here for you guys so you could see it much more clearly. Esophagus, and the meaning of that is muscular tube that carries food to the stomach. I'm going to go ahead and use esophagus in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. He couldn't breathe. There was sorry about that. He couldn't breathe. There was something caught in his esophagus. Moving on to our next root, and that is phil or philo, meaning love or friend. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example, and that is philosophy. That's our first example, and that means the love of wisdom. I'm going to go ahead and give you another example. Is philanthropist. And philanthropist means one who loves humanity. I'm going to go ahead and underline these for you. Philosophy, meaning the love of wisdom. The love of wisdom, and philanthropist, meaning one who loves humanity. I'm going to underline this to you as well. And moving on to our last root, which is Phono. This is a very important root, you guys. It's widely used, so I'm going to go ahead and underline it for you. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example now, and that is microphone. It's a pretty common word that we hear every day, microphone, and the meaning of that word is a device that records and amplifies sound. I'm going to go ahead and use microphone in a sentence. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. When singing, all the artists use a microphone to amplify their voices. That is all for today. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you next time. Take care.